Hey guys, welcome to my Facebook Live. This is Sasha with Ink-ology by Sasha, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Tonight I'm going live to share with you my monthly online card class. So once a month I go live and feature a suite or bundle out of the catalog. So this month I am sharing the Rain or Shine suite. So if you're joining, say hello so I know who's watching with me. And hi Kathleen, thanks for joining. I know the light's a little funny. So this is the time of year where I think it will get dark before the end of my live, so I just went ahead and closed the blinds and added my light. So bear with me. Hopefully it's okay. So hi Lori, thanks for joining. Okay, so let me share with you, I was struggling a bit because even before, I think I shared a couple weeks ago that I was going to do this, that I was going to feature this suite. And when I shared that, this suite of products, or the dies at least, and the embellishments were on back order, but they were kind of supposed to be back in stock by this week. And they're not. You know, I hesitate to feature something that is not orderable. However, I didn't want to change because I know some people already own this. So I felt like it wouldn't be fair to those that were looking forward to this and already own the product. So I pivoted, and my projects are going to feature mostly the stamp set and the designer series paper, which those are still orderable as of right now. The dies and the loose daisy embellishments should be available hopefully by next week, but they are coming back. So if you fall in love with the dies and the embellishments, you can't get them right now, but I'm going to be sharing some other things from the annual catalog that you can get right now. And when I do my monthly online card class, if you place an order using my hostess code right here, $35 or more, you'll get my make and take kit. And so the make and take kit is going to feature some die cut items. And if you get the kit, those items, I can die cut them for you. I can't stamp anything, but I can die cut. And I will be using some of the designer series paper, and I can send that to you as well. So if you fall in love with the cards, you can place an order for, you know, either some supplies that you need, or maybe you fall in love with the techniques that I shared tonight and you need some of those supplies. So just keep that in mind. So as of today, you're not able to order the dies, and I will put that a reminder when I post this video and I post the hostess code. Okay, so just keep that in your mind. So because of that, I'm going to be sharing some other stamp sets that I'm going to incorporate with this tonight. Okay, so first thing, let me share, I didn't go live last week because I was on vacation, had a great time. I went to Flagstaff, and it was a short drive from where I live. So if you don't know, I live in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, which is like, we're a sister city to Albuquerque, so like right next door. So it was like a 4-hour drive, and we went right after it snowed. So when we got there, it had already snowed. There were 3 feet of snow. So they already had the roads cleared and everything, so we didn't have to deal with any of that. And if you've ever been anywhere where there is snow, you'll know that when the snow, after it snows, it it makes everything super quiet. It muzzles out all the noise. So it was so nice for the whole entire week. I was able to sleep in, which those that know me, you know that I get up early to work out anyways. And I guess, you know, because my internal clock, I get up early. Generally when there's noise, I'm not able to sleep in, but I was able to sleep in there because it was so quiet. So it was wonderful. So it was a great week off. So I didn't go live last week, but I did the week before, and those that shared my video got their name in a drawing for a little sampling of this Flowers and More designer series paper. The winner is Michelle Woodmere. Michelle is one of my regular customers. So Michelle, I will get this. I will actually be going to your house later this week to deliver some other things. So I will have this in your goodie bag with everything else. So congratulations, Michelle. And thank you to everyone that shared my video. Okay. For those that don't know, I'm a hybrid demonstrator. So I do online, and I do in person. So I have in person, I have a regular card club once a month. I do a paper pumpkin night once a month. I do classes at some local senior centers as well as some local senior living places. And then I do have a team. We do a quarterly in-person shoebox swap, and then we do a monthly team meeting on Zoom. And then online, I do a weekly Facebook Live. I do my monthly online class. So when I do my monthly online class, I like to do a little more teaching and sharing a little more. When I do my weekly Facebook Lives, it's more of me sharing more projects that I like to do. I kind of like to do a lot of things over the top. And I know a lot of people like to watch me create. So that's when I do those things. And then when I do my online class, I like to show some things that are fun, but something that are duplicatable. So that if it's someone that's new to stamping, they can duplicate it. If you get the kit to go, or if you place an order and you get the kit in the mail, you can come back and watch the video to see how to put it together. Also, you can kind of learn my thought process about how I put my projects together. So tonight, I have an idea of what I'm going to do. I don't have samples, but I have some ideas. And that's part of the reason of that is because the products weren't available this week like I was hoping. So as Kathleen said, it's a good thing because this was super popular and so many people liked it and they bought them up, and that's great. And the great thing is it's coming back. So if you didn't get one, not to worry, you still have an opportunity to do so. And I'm going to share some other things with you that you might be able to order to get you to that $35 mark. Also, if you place an order of $50 or more, you'll get my make and take kit, plus you'll get one of these embellishments. So these are not available right now. They are supposed to come back in stock, hopefully by next week. So if you place an order of $50 or more, I will give you one of these for free with your make and take kit. Okay? All right. If you share my video this week, I will give you this 6x6. It's a quarter package of the designer series paper, the Rain or Shine. Okay, so you need to comment shared. I feel like a lot more people shared my video last week, but they didn't comment on the original post that they shared. So that's how I know if you share or not. You have to comment. Okay. So do that, and I will draw a winner next week. And one other thing, sorry for all the housekeeping updates, but I've had to switch up my Facebook Live times, and I apologize. I'm really trying to be consistent, but a lot of things have been changing in my life, in my day-to-day, my week-to-week. Lately, it's been with my senior classes, and I have to say that's one of the reasons I love doing this full-time, is because it's flexible, and I'm able to change and do things like that. So I was going live on Wednesdays. Right now, I'm teaching at a senior center on Wednesdays, so I'm having to change that. So I'm going to be going live on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. A couple months ago or a month ago, I put a vote out with a few dates, and that was the second most popular time. So that's why I chose that time. So mark your calendars. Hopefully I can stick to that time. Unless something changes, at least I can try to say that I'm trying to go live every week. But as I said, I'm just grateful that I'm able to do this. I'm grateful I'm able to work with the seniors. I love working with them. I love bringing joy to them. So I just appreciate you guys coming back, even if it's to watch the replays, because you can't join live, because I can't go live the same time every week. So thank you guys for understanding, okay? So, if you're joining, say hello. The Rain or Shine Suite. So, in the catalog, this is in the Occasions catalog. Okay, it's page 50. Alright. And so it's got the paper, it's got the stamp set, the dies, the embossing folder, and the little flower embellishments. Right now, the dies and the embellishments are not available to order. Hopefully they'll be back next week. My ordering incentive, though, ends on Sunday. Okay, so in order to get this kit, you have to place your order by Sunday night. Okay, so I'm going to show some different things. And if you get the kit, you will get the die cuts, because I'm not going to be die cutting. I'm going to be die cutting like the bridge and things that I can die cut you that are not stamped first, okay? I'm also going to be showing you some no-line watercoloring. So if you look in the catalog, I don't know if you've noticed this little bunny, and he's like kind of muted. He's done with no-line watercoloring. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm also going to do the turtle. He's die cut. I'm not going to die cut him. Mine is going to be done on a circle, and we're going to color him with blends, okay? So, and then we're going to feature the designer series paper. So in the paper, it features the colors in this suite. We have basic black, balmy blue, Cajun craze, flirty flamingo, mango melody, and old olive, okay? Those are the colors that are in the papers. Of course, you can use any colors you want, but these are the colors that are in the suites. So I encourage you, if you're limited on supplies and you love this suite or any other suite in the catalog, if you're trying to figure out what to order, I usually encourage my customers to choose the designer series paper and then order their paper based on the colors on the back, okay? Right here on the back are the colors, okay? So these are the colors that I'm going to be using today, along with my neutrals, which I'm going to be using basic white, and I'm going to be using crumb cake, okay? So in the paper, now they show you in the catalog all the papers, but I want to show you here because they're just so pretty. All of our paper is either 12 by 12, 6 by 6. Sometimes they put some different, but all of it is double-sided, which is something that you won't always find like at Hobby Lobby and places like that. The other thing about these is the dies coordinate with the designer series paper. So if you took these dies, you could cut out these little images. So you could cut out this bunny, you could cut out the fox, and you could cut out the turtle. And I think you can, I'm not sure if you can cut out. Yeah, I don't think that one. But if you don't have the dies, these are fairly easy to fussy cut also. Okay. You get 2 sheets of each one. Okay. And this one is a specialty paper, meaning that it has a special texture to it. So it has some color and some, this one has like a glossy effect to it. And then here's the back side. So you have some raindrops. Here's another one. This one's super cute. And so for this package, it seems almost like most of them have the characters on the front and then a pattern on the back. Okay. Here's some raindrops. Again, it has the glossy. And then on the back, it has the pink. And then the umbrellas. And they have the glossy. And then on the black, it's the flowers. Aren't those cute? Alright. So what else? And then they have these little embellishments that are super cute. They're just kind of like a foam. You could put them down with either a glue dot or a little dot of liquid glue. Something else I've done with them. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, then you know that this last month's kit came, it coordinated with the suite. So I actually made a shaker card and I put those little flowers in there. So this was the Paper Pumpkin. This was our alternative that we made at our Paper Pumpkin pizza party. So I host that. That's an in-person event. It's usually always the last Monday of the month. So if you want information about that, reach out to me. Okay. This is another one that we made. So this is actually what everyone made. Was the shaker with the little balls in it. We would have made this, but I couldn't order more of those little flowers. But it was cute. So when we meet, we put our kits together and I share alternative ideas. And everyone can make one of the alternative ideas if they want. So, and the other item in this suite is the embossing folder with the raindrops. So, and I'm not sure if you are aware, but if all of the items in the suite are currently available, you want to purchase all of them, you can order using just one number. So when it shows the suite collection, it will have an item number down here and a price. You can put in that one number and it will order you all of these items as long as they're all available at the time that you're ordering them. Okay, so that's a helpful tip that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. So, okay, so how about we get started, okay? Did I forget anything? I don't think I did. So, we know what our prize is, or our free gift with an order. We got our winner from last week. Most important things. Okay. So, I think the first thing I want to do, is show you coloring with the blends. Okay, and then we'll, I'm going to show you the coloring and then we'll finish and we'll make the cards really quick because those will kind of go together. And that the stamp set is available, so if you want to order the stamp set right away, you can. If you did get the kit and you're watching the replay and you can't, you don't have the stamp set or you're using something different, you can stamp these, color them, and then you'll have those ready to assemble the cards as I show. Okay. So I have a second one just in case I mess up. So for this one, I am going to do well, I don't know why I can't keep thinking of what this is. It's a turtle. And one thing I wanted to share, when you order from Stampin' Up, especially if you're one of my customers, be sure anytime you order pretty much anything, open it and check it and make sure that it works properly. Even the stamp sets, I know I shared this with my customers before, and I didn't do that right away with the stamp set, and when I opened it, I noticed that it's cut off, which is not a terribly big deal for me because I've been stamping for a long time, so I can figure out how to make this work. But if I was a new stamper, this would probably make it difficult. I don't know how long ago I got this, but if it's within 90 days, well, it's defective. So I would encourage you, if you get a defective stamp set, to call Stampin' Up right away, and they will send you a replacement. And I'm going to go ahead and use this because it's last minute and this is what my class is going to be. But I am going to call Stampin' Up just to let them know, because they need to be aware of when this happens. It's a quality issue, and they stand behind their quality, so they need to know when there's a problem so that they can ensure that it gets fixed. Okay. So that you guys, if you notice it, I noticed it too right away. I just didn't open my my case soon enough, so that's why I'm using it anyways. But I encourage you to always check your products. If you have issues and you don't want to call Stampin' Up, if you've ordered it through me, contact me. I will call them on your behalf. Okay, so I'm using black Memento ink, and I'm just going to stamp. I have to remember that he's off a little. Stamp my turtle. Okay. And then I pulled my blends. I just pulled all the colors that were listed on the paper, as well as my neutrals, my crumb cake, and I have a bronze. It was handy. Okay, so I'm just gonna color him, and I'm not sure. I want to make sure you can see this. Probably better if I come in a little more, huh? That's probably better, huh? Yeah. Is that better? Do you like the close-up, or you like the... Okay. Now, let's see here. I gotta think what color is turtle. Oh, I look in the catalog. Oh, they have them all green. Okay. So, I have a scrap piece of paper here. Let's see here. Should have checked my blends before. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Here. I think I have another one. Let's see. What color is this? Let's see. It's a little different. Okay. Aren't turtles like brown right down here on their chest area? Or is that my imagination? Okay. I'm going to color spots while I'm waiting for your answers. Okay. Let's see here. Just to give them some variation here, I'm gonna do that and then come in. Okay. All right. Then our light green. That's dark green. That wasn't light. Okay, so just do some shading here. Okay, those are the same. Let's see, light. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. It's got our turtle there. Okay. All right, so there's that one. That's going to be for one card. Okay. And then we're going to do our no line watercoloring. Okay. How many, let's see, who out there is watching has done no line watercoloring? Anyone? So what no line watercoloring is so basically, you have your line watercoloring. So if I took the black ink and I stamped it and then I watercolored, you'd see the line. Or if you stamp very lightly so that you can't really see a lined image, it just looks like a watercolored image. But you're actually coloring in an actual image. Okay, so so we are going to do that for this, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's actually really simple. Okay, it's not difficult. I did it for the first time before we went live, and this was I'll show you my first try. Wasn't too bad. So that was it. So I'm going to show you. It's actually not too hard. Okay, so we're going to do the bunny. Okay, so I'm going to put him on, and what you need is you need a light colored ink. Okay, and so the first time I stamped, I started to do this one, but it was actually a little dark because I couldn't quite get that line to disappear into the blue. So then I decided I need to stamp off. Okay, so then I came in here and I stamped on the back, and then I turned it over and stamped and got a lot lighter shade. So that's what I'm going to do on this piece. Okay, so you can do this with any image. You want to use a lined image, something you can color. Okay, and I'm going to use crumb cake. If you don't have crumb cake, you could use one of really light gray or Sahara sand. Sahara sand might actually be even lighter. I'm using crumb cake because that's kind of I've used that color in some of the other projects. So like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp on the back, and then I'm going to turn it back over and stamp on the front, just slightly. I just want enough so I can see what it is I'm coloring. Okay. And then I'm going to use this color. So if you've not seen me watercolor before, the way that I like to do it is I like to take my ink pads and squish them and get some color on the lid. Now, this works really well with the older ink pads. It's a little harder with the newer ink pads. They don't quite squish as much. So if that's the case, you might need to use reinkers. So that leads me into something that you might want to order is reinkers. And if you haven't already heard, this year Stampin' Up! Is doing a color refresh. And what that means is that they every year they retire the regular in colors. So they have the in colors for 2 years and then they go away. But this year they're actually going to be retiring some of the regular, some of the colors from the color families. So we don't know yet what colors those are. They will let us know at the end of March. However, I wouldn't wait until we find out to get reinkers or paper for your favorite colors. Because when they announce those colors, those products will sell out extremely fast. And when they're gone, they are gone. So if you have some favorite colors that you want to stock up on the ink refills or the blends or cardstock, I encourage you to get those now. So that is something that you could place an order for with my hostess code and get this kit tonight. So there's your first idea. Okay. So here's another idea. If you've never done no line watercoloring and you don't have our water pencils or our water what are they called? Water painters. Then you'll want to get those too. I should probably use these because I'm using old aqua painters. I have both. I actually have these last forever, so that's what I'm using. I'm going to use they come in a pack of 3 and they have different tips. Okay, I'm going to use the finest tip. Okay, they unscrew so that you can fill them with water, and I store mine with the water. It's fine. I don't have any issues. I'm actually going to fill this up from the water with the other one. This was the old style. And then Stampin' Up! Came out with their own brand. So I would recommend having handy a paper towel or Kleenex, because you will need that. And what else? Your ink pads. If you can't get enough ink on your lid, that's when I like to use the reinker. Maybe you don't have the pad and you do have the reinker for whatever reason, you can use the reinker. You just need a dab of ink for the color. So, okay. All right. Okay. So the way these work is they have the water inside. You squeeze them and the water will come out. Don't squeeze these over your project because you can't really control how much water comes out all the time. So I don't recommend doing it over your project. Okay. So I'm going to start with this first color, which is the crumb cake. Actually, I'm going to start with the blue. That's easier to show you to begin with. So the balmy blue, I'm going to squish it. This one got a little on the top. Okay. And we're starting with the puddle. So I'm just going to come in here and get this whole puddle wet so that it picks up just a little bit of the blue. And the one thing I found was because there are no lines in here, you have to add the definition by coming back in and adding a little more of whatever color you're using. But in order to do that, it has to be dry to come back in and put that definition. So I'm just going to come in and put my base color to start with for each of the colors, okay? And then I'm going to let it dry. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to come in and do my bunny is going to be crumb cake to start, okay? And then I'm going to add definition to the bunny with this a darker crumb cake and soft suede, okay? When you're using the painters, it comes with 3. When you change colors, you just rub it on a paper towel or another piece of paper. I have some little scraps here till it runs clear. That's how you know the color's out of it, and it's ready to use for the next color. Okay. Now, if you just run a little color over it before you actually add some ink to it, it'll make that color kind of bleed in there a little better. Okay. And I just want a light coloring right now. And then I'm going to let it dry. So I'm going to do Blushing Bride for his nose. And that I probably won't have to come back in and do. Okay. And then I'm going to use Mango Melody for the rain jacket. And this is the one that I had to add a drop because I couldn't get it to squish. So you can see that one little drop. And I'm just adding light color right now. Okay. I'm going to do a little bunny paws. Okay, so now you can see that my water down here is dry. So then I can come back in and put my definition. So now that I'm putting my definition, I don't want as much water because I just want to put it in certain spots. Okay, so this is more like drawing. Okay. So then you're just going to come in and you can see those little lines and you're basically going to cover them up with your color. And anywhere where you would want a shadow, you'd put in some of that color. Okay. and then blend it in. And when you're doing this, less is more, okay? So then you can see I just added a little more definition. So I'm done with the blue, so let's make sure that's cleaned out of there. Okay, this is almost out of water, so I'm just going to use this other one I have because it has water in it. All right, and let's go in for his rain jacket. Okay, so you can see in here where the tiny lines are, okay, where the little bit of definition is, and that's where I'm going to put a little bit of darker yellow. And anywhere where you would have shadowing. And the reason that you want this to be dry is because when I'm coming in here and doing the little dots, if the paper was wet, then that will bleed, and it will then it won't look like little dots anymore. I learned that on the first bunny. So this right here was supposed to be his little whiskers, and it just bled because it wasn't dry yet. So, okay. And then I'm going to come in with my soft suede and put a little more definition on my bunny. And so for doing this definition, I don't have a lot of water on this. It's just mostly ink color. And so I'm basically just drawing on the lines of the stamp. So this is good if you have a hard time watercoloring because you don't know where to shade. You might try no line watercoloring because you're actually putting in the shading yourself just on the lines. Okay. And then he kind of looks like he has a beard, so I'm going to try to blend that just a little more. Okay. There you go. So there's our little bunny. And so if these are too dark, you could just add a little more water to it and blend it. You don't want to do the eyes or the mouth because then that will just blend it and it won't have that definition anymore. Okay. So there's that. Okay, so now we're ready to make our cards. Okay. All right. So how are we on time? Gonna go over a little bit. That's okay. All right. So I just don't want my light to run out. Okay. So for my card bases, I cut those. So I'm gonna do two. This I need to go back up a little. I'm gonna do 2 Mango Melody and 2 crumb cake bases. Okay. So if you get a kit, that's what you should have in there. And then I think that I'm going to put that with that, and I am going to put this with that because I'm going to be using this stamp set with that. Okay, so this is another option that you can purchase out of the catalog. If you're looking for something to purchase, since you can't purchase the dies that I'm featuring. And then I'm also going to be using this Peaceful Moments. So this has been in the catalog for a long time. If I had to guess stamp sets that might be going away this round, this would be one of them. It's been around for a long time. It's one I don't see used very often anymore, and I don't see people ordering it very often anymore. So if you love this one and you don't have it, you might want to get it, because this would be one that I would think that might be going away. Okay. The other item that I'm going to be using are some punches. Okay. So the Daisy Punch and the Cloud Punch. I think these, if you love punches and you don't like dies, or maybe you don't have a die cutting machine, or maybe you can't use the die cutting machine because it's too hard to crank. These are punches that would coordinate great with this suite of products. Okay. So I'm going to show these to you as well. Okay. So hopefully you can stay with me. I think these cards will come together pretty quickly now that we have those done. Okay. All right. So let's do this one here. So for this one, I thought I would incorporate the background with this embossing folder. Okay. And some of the papers, I think, I want to use also. So let's pull some papers out of here. So I want to use the Balmy Blue. And the reason I didn't pre-cut this is because this is my last sheet of Balmy Blue. So I wanted to share, I like to share the colors first. So I'm going to do that one. And then I think for my card, I'm going to, let's see here. We're going to do the clouds. Clouds and the flowers. So I'll probably do I like these. Okay, so I think we'll do this one here. Okay. All right. So I think I'm going to do this one. Something like some texture and have him in the background. Let's see here. I have some ribbons also. So I will include these. Whatever products I use, I will include in your kit. So this month's kind of like a bonus since I haven't used them yet. Let's see. I don't know, do you like the blue ribbon or the white ribbon? I kind of like the white ribbon because you can see it more, so I'm going to use that one. All right, so let's cut this. I'm going to go back here and cut it real quick. And then you'll see what I'm going to do here. Okay, it's going to be the length, so it's going to be 5 1/4. We'll do it by 1 1/2. 5 1/4. By 3. Okay. 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 So we're going to fold our card in half. And so if you get the kit to go, I will emboss this for you. So you don't have to have the embossing folder. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. And then the ribbon is going to cover the seam. Okay. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals to put on the back here. And put that on like so. And then we have our sentiment. And we can put this on here. And I think I can stamp it just right there. And I think I'll do it in a night of navy. Or maybe, no, night of navy. Just like that. Okay, so that's the first one. Second one we're going to do is our that guy, the turtle. Okay. And for that one, I'm going to actually get a piece of Daffodil Delight. Okay, and we're going to do the background stamp. Okay, so when I was traveling, I did work on cards, and I figured out that you can simply lay this on the table and ink it up. So that's what I'm going to do for sake of time. And I'm going to use my Mango Melody. And I'm going to ink it up here. So by using yellow on a yellow, essentially I'm doing a tone on tone. Okay. And I'm going to put that down. And let's see here. The scrap piece. And we'll pull that up. So there's that. Okay, and we are going to put that on our Mango Melody base. And then we have our little turtle. In this one, we will use the Oh Happy Day. And I think for this one, I will use probably the soft suede. Okay. Okay. And stamp that there. All right. And I think on this one, okay. Oh, start doing that again. I realize I think the reason that it tears is because I push too hard. I push like when I'm using the fast fuse, and you don't have to do that. So in case you have that issue too, try not to push so hard. I'm going to put dimensionals on the circle. And then I'm going to use some of these little embellishments. And I'm just going to put some dots. Just random. They're a little hard to pick up with nails. You could use take your pick tool if you wanted. Okay, so there's that one. Okay. All right. Now, my other two, I want to feature the designer series paper in these, and I'm going to use some different sentiments. So I think that I'm going to use, I think I will use Happy Birthday and With Deepest Sympathy, because it's good to have those on hand. Never like making them when you need them, or I don't. So I like to have them on hand. That way you can just grab it. All right. So I wanted to use, let's see here. I think I'm going to use this one for the sympathy. And I'm going to let the paper be the showcase. So I'm going to do it portrait. So I'm going to cut my designer series paper 4 by 4 by, let's see here, 5 1/4. Okay. And I need to cut a little bit off the top. Let's see here. So like that. Okay, and then I'm going to have these left over. Now, you could use these on another card. It would be just fine if you wanted to. Okay. And then my other card, I think that I'm going to use this paper here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do it 4 by 5 1/4. And then you'll see how quickly these come together. Okay. And then I need one other thing. So I am going to die cut the bridge and some of this greenery for my sympathy card. Okay. And the nice thing is that Stampin' Up! Includes, for some of the dies that you might often need multiples for, they actually include multiple dies. So for the grass, you have 2 of them. So that's really nice. So I'm going to cut that really quick. Okay? And then we'll be done really soon here. Okay. Okay. So for this one here, I'm going to punch a cloud. I'm actually going to punch a couple. Okay. 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 So we're going to glue this down the right direction. And I have my little bridge here and my grass. And I'm going to poke these out. Okay, and I'm just going to put my bridge, maybe just kind of over here. And I'm just putting a little glue on either end. Okay, and then so my clouds I'm going to put up here, but I'm going to stamp on one of them, and I'm going to have them kind of coming off. So maybe kind of, might actually just do two, and then I'll have those in the background. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment on this. And I think I will do it in the soft suede. So I have my With Sympathy. Okay. And then I'm going to glue this down. And then I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. Like so, and then I'm going to trim the cloud off. Oops. So that's the third one. And then our last one is going to be our birthday card. Okay, so we have this designer series paper, which is the other side of our umbrella paper. Okay. And I am going to use the daisy punch. So I'm going to punch out a couple of these daisies. Out of the white. And I'm going to stamp directly on here with my sentiment, because we can do that. And I think I will do, a green. I'll do, not Pear Possess. Let's see, a darker green. Let's see. Maybe a blackberry bliss because it's handy and it's darker. I don't necessarily want to use black. Okay. So let's glue the paper down. Okay. And then gotta decide where we're gonna put our happy birthday. So Let's see here. All of our cards go this direction, so let's keep with that. I guess we could do a few. Let's get some more flowers here. Okay. 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 So again, we're letting the paper kind of be the showcase, right? So we're just doing a little to it. So I have my happy birthday, and I'm going to stamp directly onto the designer series paper. Like so. And then I'm going to take my dimensionals and put them in the centers here. And then I'm going to take my embellishments and I'm going to put one in the center of each. Nope. I'm going to stick with the white. I don't know, maybe, no, I think I'm going to do the yellow. Okay. Oops. Come on. Alrighty. So, there's our fourth card. So these are the cards we made. If you missed the beginning, I will post the replay. This is my monthly card class, which means if you place a minimum order of $30 or more, you can get the card kit in the mail for free. If you place an order of $50 or more, you get the card kit and the free embellishment, which is the loose daisies. If you didn't watch the beginning, I encourage you to go back and watch the beginning because I explained this, the dies and these loose embellishments are not available at the moment. This hostess code ends on Sunday, and I don't think the dies won't be available by Sunday, but I did share some alternative ideas for you to order, and I did share a fun technique, which is no-line watercoloring. So thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for staying longer than my typical hour. I hope you have a great night. If you have questions, reach out to me. If not, please plan to join me next week on Tuesday at 3 p.m. or plan to watch the replay. Okay? Have a great night, guys. Bye.